It's Sunday evening, the 2nd of August. I'm over in Clover Valley tonight. It's a beautiful stream. Doing another update on the Walipini. They got a lot done this week. All right, give us a rundown on what you've done this week.
Hi, I got a flat tire.
Oh, yep, that happens. Sorry. Breakdowns happen.
I worked 5 days this week. I took Saturday off and spent the day with the family, and that was nice. I took today off, which is Sunday. I never like to work on Sundays. The more popular it gets to do fun things on Sundays, the more I rebel against it and want to follow the commandments and keep the Sabbath day holy. It sounds super old-fashioned, and I like it.
We're pretty old-fashioned
That's
people.
a rock wall I built. I've got the corners in, and
These are some huge rocks.
yeah, we got some pretty good stone.
Go stand over there. Let's
Well, this stone,
show.
this rock is too high, but it's buried. I buried it way down in so that it would be below frost line, but it's pretty tall.
That's pretty tall.
So I'm shooting for 10 feet. So my greenhouse, the ground level will be about where I'm standing here once we clear it out. And that's getting close to 10 feet right there. That's 4 rocks high. I've got a foundation stone and then 2, 3, 4. So we'll fill it in there.
Awesome.
I put some strings in here. Here's a little string. These strings are just giving me a visual of where things are. So my wall, I squared this string with the back wall. So the posts will be back there for the roof to go up. And then this is square with that. So my other wall will come here. So I'm going to dig down here below frost line, put stones in here. We're going to have a beautiful stone doorway right here.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
But basically, this string is just giving me an eyeball approach to where my stone wall is going to be. When you're not using lumber and cutting things to the 64th of an inch accuracy, like a cabinet maker, then it's a lot more. It's hard to do, you know. So you got to put your strings up and kind of figure it out, because it changes because of the materials you're using. You can't just start a plan and say, okay, here's we are, and blah blah blah, and we're gonna get going. You have to actually look at the stones you have and the shape and the size of the stones you're working with, determine the dimensions of your building just a little bit, you know.
I'm distracted by this beautiful sky over the
Within
top
a
of your
foot or
head.
two. So I'm just rambling on about nothing.
No, it's great. Okay, tell me about the
So this is where this is going. This big flat stone, I think last week
we were trying to move it last
she
week.
showed you that stone. It was in on the corner down there.
I don't know if I posted
decided
that video. I'll have to post it now.
Well, I don't know what you're showing people. Hopefully you don't show them me. I haven't shaved for a year. Look at me. So this stone, it's a pretty big stone. It's 7 feet by 7 feet, and it's heart-shaped. This flat side, I think I'm going to bury it in the ground right here and have it be a wall stone for part of the doorway that comes in.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't even know where the door is yet. It depends on what stones I have. That's what I'm saying. You can't just go off a blueprint, because if you have a 6-foot stone and you put it in place and it's the edge of your door, then your door can shift a foot or two depending on the materials you've got. So
Okay,
yeah.
tell us about this item that is in the middle of the
pole.
the pole.
Should we walk down there?
Yeah, let's
I
do
want
it.
to show you how big that rock is. That's the biggest stone we have, the one that's shaped like a whale.
It does look like a whale.
So Jared came, and Selena was here for a few minutes with her camera.
Yeah, she filmed it.
did
She
a
posted
Facebook
it.
Live
So you guys saw Selena's update.
of when we were pushing it in.
Mm-hmm.
We had the bulldozer and the backhoe pushing it
It was pretty cool.
at the same time at a couple of rock.
That's a tall stone wall there too.
Okay, so that's the biggest rock we have so far.
Oh my.
It's a big one. I don't know, a good little bulldozer pushed it just fine. But we put these stones in here. You were asking about this pole.
Yeah, tell me about that pole.
So this pole is roughly where the ridge line is. It's not in the center of the greenhouse, but it's in the, that's where our ridge is going to be. I put the tape on it up there, 1 foot intervals. Is that a word?
Intervals, yeah, that's a word.
That very top one doesn't count. But that one where the string's coming off,
That's where your top will be?
that's 18 feet from the growing level of
Wow.
the greenhouse.
You could have a tree in here, William.
No, we're not going to plant a tree.
I know, I'm just saying, avocados, man.
So when the string pulls tight, this tape right here is 3 feet high. That's the height of our sidewall.
Awesome.
When we pull this tight like that, it shows the ridge up there, and then the slope of the roof coming down.
Nice.
So that's basically what we're gonna do. So when we get all our poles in, we'll.
And again, this is something it's kind of in flux because it depends on your material, it depends on how you dig it out type thing.
A little bit.
Right?
That's why I moved that big stone.
Right.
See the top of this stone right here?
Yep.
See, if I have a steel pole coming down here, that 7 foot top was going to be poking out of the top of the greenhouse plastic.
Right.
I had to move the stone, or else dig the hole and put it deeper. But it was such a nice stone, I thought that'll work good for a doorway. I think I've
Nice.
only moved 2 stones that I've set. One was in this wall.
Yeah, you told us about that in one of the other updates.
I did?
Yeah.
And then that stone, I moved it. But see the other string over there? I don't know if you can see it. But
Yeah.
That's my wall. That's my end rafter at the top of those rocks.
Yeah, it's the,
So
yeah,
it just
that
shows
one
where
there.
it is. That's all.
That's awesome.
But it's going to be this shape right here. And the idea is to put stone up as high as we can. I'm still toying with the idea of putting a vent in there, because greenhouses need a lot of airflow, especially in the summer.
Can you get one of those like you had on our other greenhouse that just has, it's just temperature related and it only opens up?
I haven't decided, or I may just stone the
Is
whole
there-
thing in.
Those are actually pretty cool.
I haven't decided. I'm kind of leaning toward a vent because we need airflow,
Yeah.
lots of it. We already have a lot of good vents.
That's actually something, do you talk
yeah.
about that on your Patreon? Because that's actually something that's
Yeah.
really important. People
You need
deal
you
with
need airflow inside the
mold growth in the
you need
greenhouses.
airflow inside the greenhouse, or plants can't grow. They don't have lungs. They don't have a diaphragm. An animal, a bird, a fish, all of these animals can get a breath of fresh air. Plants have to have the wind blow to get the air inside the leaf so they can photosynthesize. And so in a greenhouse, if you have it shut and there's no airflow, the plants grow very slowly. So to get good plant growth, you need fans blowing air. All right?
Yep.
We probably won't have fans blowing air in here. We're not that concerned.
But we
about-
do have a lot of
but-
air coming down off the mountain, so if you have vents,
but we
you'll have
vents,
airflow.
So yeah, so you need airflow on the inside. There's the moon,
Ooh, ooh, wait a minute.
right above the garden.
Look at that. Oh,
I like the moon.
oh my. Oh,
Things are beautiful around here.
they are.
So
It's kind of amazing, actually. I just got to say this. I just got to give a plug here for Nevada. Okay, a lot of people think of Nevada as being very dry and kind of deserty because they're used to like Las Vegas. It is a great deal of desert all around Las Vegas, although it has its own beauty, right? But here where we are in Clover Valley, it is green. I mean, it is green. Grass growing beautifully, trees, water. It's like this jewel in the desert. I love it.
First week of August, and there's still snow on the mountains right here where we are.
I know, it's amazing. Look,
So that's
I'll show
pretty
you.
exciting.
Show you up here. There's still snow. Still snow up
And
there.
most years there's probably more snow than that because they said they didn't have as much snowfall this year. That's what
Yeah,
the locals tell
it's
us.
pretty amazing. Oh, that moon is
So
something
anyway,
else.
I don't know what to tell you on this update. We just keep putting stones in every day.
It gets a little taller, it gets a
But
little
the
bit better.
corners are done. This corner is done. That corner is almost done until I get my post in. That cornerstone is done. I can't really do a lot more work on this until we get our steel. When we start cutting steel and welding, we'll have to get your camera in the shop.
Oh, that would be
There's
fun.
going to be a couple of weeks of work in the shop. Just
Well,
with
we'll show
big,
that
long
too.
Steel pipes. We're going to be cutting steel.
I'm
We're gonna
actually-
be welding it together.
Just so everybody who's following these, so that you know, I'm actually really excited about showing the whole process. I mean, I know I'm not here every day, so you're not getting a blow-by-blow account
No,
of
you're
every
getting
stone, but I think you're getting enough to get the idea. And yeah, I do want to do the shop work too, because it's like farming, right? Anything in farming. People get excited about ordering the seeds. We get excited about growing them. There's all kinds of chores that happen in between planting and harvest. You know, there's your goal, there's working on your goal, there's your goal getters, there's the things you do every day just to ensure that your overall goal happens. Gosh, that moon is phenomenal.
Are you distracted by
I'm
the
so
moon?
distracted by the
Talking
beauty of
about
that moon.
Business principles and then the
Oh
moon came.
yeah, I'm a little eclectic in my thoughts. Anybody who knows me
Alright.
knows I ramble. I kind of jump from one topic to the next.
Okay, look at
But
this.
that's
Look
phenomenal.
at this tree right here. Go up a little bit on this big tree. Keep going. Okay, see the branch right there?
Yep.
The dead branch?
The dead branch.
There's an owl that comes through almost every night, lands on that branch, and if we sat down quietly at this time
Do you think
of
he'd
night,
come?
He might. It'd be like hunting. We'd be sitting here for
Well,
an hour.
we could sit here for a while and watch. I was driving in the other night, and there was a huge owl up on the fence post of one of our neighbors, and I didn't know if it was. I mean, it was big enough. I thought it was like a great horned owl.
It probably was.
It was
I don't know what
huge.
specific species of owls that are here. I don't know my owls.
I didn't. The thing is, I
that
didn't
well.
see its head, so I couldn't see the horns. You know, the feathers, but it was beautiful. Anyway, that's our update for today.
So we probably started 5 subjects and
We
didn't
didn't finish any of them.
But it's okay.
Yeah, there you go. Walipini building with William. That's
Walipini.
how
I
it
don't
goes.
even know if it is a Walipini.
we're calling it that. We'll stick with
Everybody
it.
calls it that, but
Actually, this is kind of the American version of a Walipini. Most of them end up being this way that I've seen videos of. They're dug in. There's just an in-ground greenhouse. They're not an actual like hole in the ground. Interestingly, the first greenhouses recorded were holes in the ground.
2,000 years ago.
So Nero, the crazy emperor of Rome, liked cucumbers, and so they dug holes in the ground and covered them with sheets of mica.
Yeah. They just went out in the mountains and found sheets of mica that they've got. It worked as a glass. I think that's pretty cool.
So that's the ones we know of, the first greenhouses.
That's because they
Just
wrote
kind
it
of cool.
down.
Yeah, there were probably
Well,
others that were doing it
they may
before
have
that.
had them in Greece.
Probably.
There's the story of the hanging gardens of Babylon.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that was like aquaponics.
Well,
People are always talking
Who
about
knows what
how
they
new.
had,
I-
because we were limited by the things that were written down and then salvaged through the years, because
I want to do a
so
plug.
many of the libraries were destroyed
Yeah,
through history that we really don't know a lot.
it's true. We don't have all those records. And I gotta tell you, I gotta do a plug here for aquaponics.
What does that mean?
Or hydroponics, growing in water.
What does it mean to do
A plug to say this is good, this is cool.
I know, everybody says that.
I've studied aquaponics. I love aquaponics.
get it.
I love hydroponics.
Bernie has a degree from a course we took
In aquaponics,
in New York. We went to Cornell University one summer,
it's really fun.
and she has a degree in aquaponics, but she'll never tell anybody. It's actually engineering design, hydroponics, and aquaculture.
Recirculating aquaculture. Anyway, so the thing is, people get really, here's my soapbox for the evening. People get really dedicated to one form of farming, one form of food cultivation, and they think that's the only way to do it.
We show them the garden.
Yeah, let's walk over towards the garden.
Gasoline.
So, I've heard people talk bad about aquaponics, about hydroponics. The thing is, it is as ancient as a greenhouse is. The Babylonians had their hanging gardens. It was water troughs with plants growing in them. You had oh, I'm gonna get the culture wrong. The Mesoamerican culture that had the rafts that they created, that they covered with dirt, and they floated them out on the lake, and they raised corn and all kinds of other vegetative plants right on top of the water. I absolutely love when people are creative with their growing methods. I think it's beautiful when people get creative and try to come up with solutions for food production for their area. And I know we're concerned about organics, we're concerned about how we treat the earth. And I think we need to be inventive, and I think we need to be somewhat open-minded about how we produce food.
Wasn't it last week when you filmed the height of this corn?
It was.
Comparing the two?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So this is the corn this week.
How many inches is that? I mean, that's like phenomenal growth. That's like almost 6 inches of growth.
It's up here to my chest at the very top, but...
That's amazing.
Exciting thing is it's starting to tassel.
Ooh.
Step in here a little bit.
Oh, I can see one right here. Got one right here. See if I can... Look at that. Woo.
So that's the male flower coming out of the top. The female flower is the actual eater of corn. But right here it's tasseling. So this is the early sun glow. In the first 5 videos I never said what it is. Early sun glow. And I was telling you how it was growing faster than the serendipity. But the serendipity will outgrow this because it gets taller. So last week I was showing that. Is that the video you didn't post? So last week
I don't know. I
like
tried to post some and then
to
I
show
kept getting...
how big it is.
I had problems with my connection, so yeah.
And this week...
But I'll share it this week if I didn't.
It wasn't as tall. But this week, this one is just as tall as that one was last week. Last week I was right here, couldn't get a hold of it, but it's right here now, where that one was.
That's awesome.
So this is fun to me to watch it because that corn's going to tassel and it's going to stop growing. The genetic capacity of this corn is about ear height for me, right here. So the tassels should be right in here. Okay?
That's awesome.
When they get to the very highest. This is it. I should be able to stand in here and look across it. If it gets above my eyes, then it is doing so well in this desert soil, this desert mountain glacial, I don't think it's a glacial till, it's more of a decomposed granite from the mountain range. I don't know, some geologist is going to see this and see what an idiot I am spouting off these words, but we'll just see how it does in this soil. That's what I'm excited about. Because it seems like it's doing really well.
Yeah, it does.
It might go beyond its genetic capacity because it's done so good.
It's done a lot of growth in the
I don't
last
think
week.
something can go beyond its genetic capacity. I had carrots that were supposed to be 12 inches long and they grew to 14, so I don't know.
That's true.
But
Well,
this one is probably 6 feet
You've
high.
seen the cabbage heads that come out of the Willamette Valley. With all that potassium-rich soil. They're huge.
Yeah, they're
Giant. Anyway, there's the update from the farm. Oh, and William put in bean poles.
Well, I started.
It's fun. I love it when they're in the garden. They're always so pretty.
They're starting to grow up the vine. See, they're growing, starting to grow around them. This needs to find a place to grow. What I need is to add a pole there, really.
I just like to see them. I think
It's
they're so
fun.
pretty.
We had beet greens today for lunch.
We did.
That was our first harvest from the
And they were
garden.
delicious.
So that's super exciting.
I love beets.
Okay.
Wonderful.
If you want to learn all my gardening tricks, go to patreon.com/WilliamDeMille. $8 a month. Sign up to my community. I teach every gardening thing I know, and I answer any question you have about history, politics, math, but mostly gardening. And if I don't know the answer, I say, I don't know.
And he figures it out by next week, so it's good.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you later.